Welcome to Smart Architectural Programming. Today, we're diving into an exciting topic, Python operators.
The next operator that we are going to look into is the exponentiation operator. So you might be familiar with this in the sense that in mathematics, again, like if you haven't studied this, please look that up. I'm not going to go into the mathematics of all of these operators. So exponentiation basically is in mathematics, it's something referred to as the power of something. So 2 by the power of 2 is 4. So that is basically what we mean when we're referring to exponentiation. And to do that, we use 2 stars between 2 operands. So if you look at the code here on line 45, you'll see how the operator is being used. And when we run this operator, which is 2 by to the power of 3, it should be 8. The answer should be 8. Yeah. So as we run this code, as you can see on output on line 46, the answer should be 8. And you can understand how the operator or the symbol of the operand's usage better if you look at line 45, where it's been placed between the 2 operands it's going to act on. We run this code, the answer is 8, and that is what we need to know about the exponentiation operator. Then we move to the floor division operator. So basically, floor division operator is somewhat similar to when we referred back to on line 49, when we need to refer back to the modulus operator here a little bit, and that is why understanding of the modulus is very, very important. So it's 2 backward slashes, right? So what the floor division does is the complete operator of the modulus. So modulus gives us the remainder, while the floor division gives us the value, the division value that is whole. By that I mean, if we divide 10 by 3, there would be a 1 would be a remainder, because we can't divide 1 by 3, right? So we were able to divide 10 into 3 portions with 3, but we can't divide it into a 4th portion. So when we divide 10 by 3, it would be the answer would be 3 point something something as a result of division. But what floor division does is that I don't care about the decimal places. All I need is the complete division value. So the complete division value whole number is 3 when 10 is divided by 3. So the answer would be 3. If you look at line 54, that is the answer. And if you look at line 53, you'll find that the way to use the floor division operator. It's between the 2 operands, 2 backslashes between the 2 operands it's going to act on. So when we run this code, we'll find that the answer is 3 as expected. Now that we can comment this code out and move on to the next aspect of operators. So the next sort of operators that we're going to deal with are comparison operators. Comparison operators are basically used to compare 2 values, right? So I'm not sure if you have studied comparison, comparison mathematics, basically, where we use mathematical symbols to determine if certain value is equal to, not equal to, greater than, less than another value, right? So if you're familiar with that, this is going to be very, very simple for you to understand. If you're not familiar with that, doesn't matter. It's very, very easy to understand if you follow along properly. And I'm assuming here that you've already read through the book, so you're already familiar with most of these operators at this time. So the first comparison operator is the equals to comparison operator, which is 2 equal signs together. So let me comment all of this out so that we can run this code. So the first symbol on line 1 is equal to symbol, which is just 2 equal signs or together. That's the operator for the equal to test, is just 2 equality signs. Check this, we have 2 operands called A and B. which have the same value of 5. If we uncomment this code, you look at the line 5 on the print statement, we are comparing the two operands using the equal to operator. And you can look at the usage on line 5. Keep in mind the output to these comparison operators is the Boolean data type. It's either going to be true or false. The reason being is that operators are used to test for two results, whether something is true or whether something is false, right? Whether something is truish or something is a falsy value, right? So in that case, that's all we need to do. And that is what we're doing on line 5. When we compare two operands together for the equal to sign, it's either going to be equal, they're going to have the same value, so it's going to be true, or if they do not have the same value, they're going to be false. So when we run this code right now, this is going to be true because both values are the same. But if we change one value to 4 and run this code again, you'll find the value is false. So that is basically the purpose of equal to operators. And it's very simple to understand. The next operator in comparison operators is the not equal to operators. So in this case, instead of two equality signs, we use one equality sign, to the left of which we have an exclamation mark. So an exclamation mark and an equality sign. That is the operator for not equal to. So here we test whether two values are not equal. So in this case, like in the previous case, if both values were 5, this is going to give 5 because both values are equal. And then what this operator tests for is the values not being equal. So, and in case they're not equal, as you can see in line 10 to 12, the answer is going to be true. So it does the complete opposite of what the equal to operator does. If we run this code, we'll find the value is true because 5 and 3 are not equal, and A and B operands have the value of 5 and 3 respectively. Now moving on to the next operator, which is greater than. Again, very simple to understand. Greater than symbol helps us identify and test for if one value is greater than the other. So here we have two operands 5 and 3, and on line 19 you can see we're testing whether operand A is bigger than operand B, which is exactly the case, and the value should be true. I'm not going to run the code because I think now you get the gist of what we mean when we are referring to operand and comparison operators here. Then there's the less than comparison operator, which basically is the complete opposite of the greater than operand. It's just we switch the alligator's mouth to the opposite direction in this case, and we run that to do the test out whether B is whether A is less than B or whether B is greater than A. Keep in mind an easier way to identify these operators, the greater than and less than operators, is that whichever side the alligator's mouth is open towards is the greater value that the operator is testing for basically. So if the operator's mouth is open towards A, it's testing whether A is greater than B, and if it's open towards B, it's testing whether B is greater than A. Just keep that in mind, and I think you'll be very, very good with these operators moving forward. Next, we have greater than or equal to operators, which are pretty much the same as greater than operator, just that we're not only testing for a value being greater than the other, but we're also testing that we will test for if the value is greater or equal to that value. So if we have 5 and 5 and we have greater than equal to symbol there, the value would test for whether the value is greater, it would give true, and even if it's not greater and it's just equal to the other value, it's also going to output true as the test result. And less than or equal to is the opposite of that. It's going to do the same thing, but it's going to test whether A is less than B operator. And that's pretty much a wrap on our comparison operators.